look for gaps, right? I look for news, right? I look for, depending on, and this is all dependent on what markets you trade. So if you trade stocks, you are looking for some pre-market activity before the market opens. You are looking for gaps in the New York session open, or you're looking for a high RVol, right? And once again, these are contingent to what your setups are, what your approach to the market is. So for RVol, I may be looking for relative volume. I may be looking for a higher pre-market move supported by volume, right? These are where my market conditions or entry conditions may line up with this particular setup. Now, when I have this setup laid out, my job then becomes to back test. Guys, backtest, 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 backtest. Make sure you backtest a strategy all the way. Now, when I backtest a strategy, I am applying the same rules that I have, and I'm using these rules to basically have a strong understanding of entry criteria that I may use in the past and I may use in the future. When these rules are set out, I then go back in time on particular instruments and I test how these rules play out if I was to trade this particular way. And I would do this over and over and over again, and I would track this data, right, by identifying strengths and weaknesses of that setup. What are the best times this setup works? And I would get myself comfortable. Once I am done backtesting this setup, I then go and I forward test, right, with real capital, right? Very small money. I test this strategy, I test this approach to the market, and I test it for some time until I have a good amount of data. Once I have a good amount of data, I will then go and apply it to real markets and scale up more money. Now, once that is done, that is where emotions pop up. That is where your psychology needs to be mastered. Up until I have a way of trading correctly, up until I have playbooks that are tested, I have an edge that showcases that it works, it makes money,